Hey there, scrappers. This is Marcia Rivera, your local close to my heart consultant. I invite you to join me today in this process video. I'm going to show you from start to finish how I create a two-page layout. And hopefully you'll learn a tip or two along the way. If there's something specific that you would like me to show you in the future, do please feel free to leave a comment below so that I can add those to my video lineup. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start out by adding two 12 by 12 sheets in the background here. That way I just have sort of a placement holder for myself. Most of you that have ever cut before know that you can't cut a 12 by 12 typically, and it'll tell you that the image is too large and that you want to make some adjustments. And certainly that's something that, we all just kind of do out of habit. So most of us know that tip, but just in case you don't, that's the first thing you would want to do is delete these background pages before you go to cut. So I just simply change the color here, and now I'm going to duplicate it because, again, this is a two-page layout. I want both of my pages to have the same colors. Every now and then I will do something different, but for this one I want them to be the same. So now I'm going to layer that with another set of squares here, and I'm going to make these actually 11 by 11 and change my color, and I may change these colors later on. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm getting over a cold, so I had to stop to breathe for a moment. So I may change these colors later on, but for now they are good. I am going to put that one there, and then of course I am going to simply highlight both of these, select both of these, and I'm going to go up here to align and center, and that will center that square perfectly for me. And you see it just moved. I'm going to do the same thing on the right hand side here. All right, there it goes. So now they're both aligned. So now I'm going to put a little bit of backdrop here. Now, with these pieces that I'm adding here in the background, honestly, you could, in fact, just put pattern paper here instead of solid cardstock. Now, of course, it's going to show cardstock on here just for today's purposes. But keep in mind, you could, like I said, put this down as pattern paper when you go to actually complete your layout. So I just resized that. I went up here to the top and change the width to 11 and the height to 3.5. And to do that, I did have to unlock it with the little lock there. I'm going to simply change this color to a gray, I think. All right, and then I'm going to duplicate that one because I do want one across from it to be the same. All right, perfect. Now, I want to do one more layer for sure right now, and I may go back and add some more later, but for now, that's what I want. And that one, I'm actually going to set again at 11, unlock, and I'm going to make the width 2. Let's see, do I like that? Yes, I like that. I think we're good. Okay, and I'm going to make that color a lighter gray. And again, I may change these colors. I often do, depending upon how it looks towards the end. Is usually when I'll start changing colors. But for now, we're going to leave it there. All right, so I have the back pieces and the matting. So now I'm actually going to go in and add my photo mats. So I'm going to scroll up just a little bit so I have some space here. Go back into shapes. Go back into square. And I'm going to pull that one down. And I'm actually going to resize it. So I know I want some of my photos to be horizontal. I see I unlocked that. I'm going to make this one 4. So this is a mat. Oops, sorry. I didn't hit enter. Okay, so the mat is going to be a 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. So then I am actually going to change that color to that 4 screen sort of shade. And then I'm going to add my layer. Now this white layer I'm going to add just is representative of my photo. Keep in mind, many of my photos I do print at home, and you've heard me say that before. And when I print them, they have a white border that goes around. So this photo mat is just going to represent that photo for me. Now, in the event that I do print my photos at the store, those do not come with the white matting, and so I end up having to put a white piece of paper. So in that event, whatever size, excuse me, I place here for this white would still be the paper. And then I would cut my photo down. I'd trim it just a little bit because I don't want to make it the picture's too big on the page. All right, so now I do the same thing I did earlier, select and align. And all I did there was I made the green 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. I made the white 6 by 4. Now, I'm going to group this together. That way when I move it on the page, it stays together. And I'm actually going to duplicate it because I'm going to need 2 of those. The next thing I'm going to do is create the photo mats for my vertical pictures. So this time I'm going to make the width 4.25 and unlock, and I'm going to make the height 6.25. I'm going to make that same green color, and then I am going to bring in another square for the white part that represents the photo, and that one is going to be 4 by 6. There you go. And again, I'm going to make that white. I'm going to select them both, hit align and center, and so now they're centered. Okay, so I'm going to group them together, and again, that moves them together. I'm going to duplicate because I know I want at least 2. Now, I also know that I want at least one little sort of journal box, and I may actually add a 4 by 4 photo later. So I'm going to pull down this journal box, excuse me, color it green. I'm going to resize it to, we'll go with 3.5. And a lot of times I'll make them around 3.5, 4. So I'm going to leave that lockbox change and just hit enter, and it'll automatically make them both 3.5. Now I'm going to add in the white layer so that I actually have a space to journal, and it's going to be white and 3 1/4. There we go. All right, and then lastly, I'm going to just select those two together and align. All right, now I'm going to group that so again it moves together. All right, so now I currently have the page set up where I have 4 photos and 1 journal box, or I could make that a photo as well. So I know for my pages, I want 1 vertical here. I want another vertical right about here. And I may actually move that one up just a little bit. There we go. Move that in slightly. Okay, I want another one. Let's see. Move that over just a tiny bit. Move that up. There we go. And this one is actually going to go up top here. And I'm actually going to turn it slightly. There we go. So it's slightly offset. Move that down just a tiny bit. I'm going to move this down just a tiny bit as well. Normally, I don't mind if my photos go onto the matting, but because these are the same color right now, I don't want it to run into that where you can't really see it. All right, and then lastly, I'm going to put my journal box right about here. All right, so now I'm going to go in and find some images. So I'm going to go to images, and I'm actually going to use the Close to My Heart cartridge You Are Here. So I'm going to click on cartridges and then type in the word close and hit enter. And it's going to show you all the cartridges that are from Close to My Heart that I have and that are available. Now I have, as you can see, purchased pretty much all the ones that are there. And we're going to go right here to You Are Here, view all 320 images. And there's several things that pop up. Now, I am going to actually use this layout for some pictures of outdoors, so like a park scene. So I think I want to possibly use, let's see, I already have one with a camper. So let's see, let's try Happy Camper. Let's try the Scenic View, the Log Cabin. Gone fishing wouldn't be bad. You have a teepee. I love to travel. Oh, the Great Outdoors. You do have Road Trip. You have the Deer. You have a hiking boot. You've got, of course, some specific places, canoe, a kayak, paddles. It's cute. Road trip license plate. You have national park. And let's see. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I might want to add on there. Oh, you have s'mores and a map. Let's take both of those just in case. And you'll see I'm simply clicking on the photos that I think I may use, and they pop up down here at the bottom. Here's another deer. And I think, well, there's a bear. I think I may just go with those. I'm just sort of double checking. These are all simply things that are on this particular cartridge. So there's quite a bit. So I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss anything that I might with. That's pretty. Oh, opt outside. I like that. So opt outside. Summer camp is cute. It's in my nature. That's actually a cute one. But I think I like that great outdoors saying better. You are here. You've got a tree. You've got Yellowstone and a backpack. Okay. Oh, and there's a lantern, but I have used that lantern on something else. I try, don't get me wrong, now I will use images on more than one layout, but I try as I go through to use images that I've not previously used somewhere else, if I can help it. Okay, so we're going to go with what we have. So I simply click insert, and they're all going to populate up on the page now. And I have to decide what I want to keep, what I'm going to use, and what I'm not going to use. All right, so let's slide these down and move them out the way, and then I'll bring them up one at a time as I need them, or I'll delete them if I don't think I'm going to use them. So let's see. Got just a couple more. Okay, so the map, I think I'm going to get rid of, because when I think of map, a lot of times I think of hiking. So we're going to take that one off. So we're going to click the red X and it'll go bye-bye. Excuse me. Then we've got the great outdoors. Now I'm only going to use one phrase, possibly two. So this is not blatantly camping. This is just being outside. So I think I'm going to take this one off. And just as a side note, if you're familiar with last year, we had a fresh air packet of paper. I will probably make some of these cardstock pieces here using that fresh air when I go to actually put this together. So let's see, I think I'm going to use opt outside, but I'm going to make it a little smaller. And I'm simply taking this circle here in the corner and I'm just downsizing it. Okay, so let's see. Oops, I did not mean to move that. Uh-oh. There we go, back in place. Okay, so let's see. Just make sure I have it. There we go. Actually, I may put it over here. Here, I'm going to put it right here for right now. Okay, I think I'm actually going to take the marshmallows off, as cute as they are, and use them for something later. I think I'm going to take the scenic view off and perhaps the cabin off. Okay, and so that just leaves the great outdoors and our two deer here. All right, so I know I want to put one deer over in this space here. So I'm going to take this one deer and I'm going to go up here to flip and flip horizontal. And that's going to turn my deer around. I'm going to place that deer right here. And I think I'm going to make the deer just a little bigger. There we go. And I'm going to change the color to brown. There we go. And then this deer, I think I'm going to place right over here. And again, I'm going to make it a little bigger and also brown instead of that sort of maroon color. Now, that leaves this Great Outdoors, which is going to go right here. But again, I need to make it a little larger. Let's see, center that a little better. Okay, so now I need to decide on some colors. Do I want to keep this sort of teal color here, or do I want to change it? And I kind of want everything else to match, so I'm going to click on that, and it'll pull up over here on the right hand side, and I'm actually going to change that color. I think I may change it. Let's see what it looks like with the green, if that's too much green. No, I think that's okay. I think that'll be all right. Okay, this beige color right here, I actually kind of like. So I think what I'm going to do is, you see these light gray pieces here that I had? I think I'm going to change those. So here I have highlighted the light gray. I'm simply going to go up to my color box, and I'm going to find that color of the background. Let me show you again, the background of the Great Outdoors. It auto-populates in my material colors, and I'm going to simply click it, and that will match. Now, I hit the wrong one, so I need to go back and undo that. I thought I had highlighted this right here, but maybe not. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to change it to the beige. There we go, and see how I like that. I think I like that better. Okay, so now I need to do the same thing with the one over here. Again, the light color gray. I'm going to simply go up, change it to that one. Okay, yeah, so I think I like that better. Now I need to decide, do I want to keep that gray or do I want to go with another color? And I actually like the gray. However, I am going to make another change. This particular photo mat here, I actually want to make that background the burgundy color to bring in some of that burgundy over to the side. That way you've got a little bit more balance. All right, so let's see. I think I'm okay with the outside here. Let's see, or do I want to move it? Let's see what it looks like right here. It's cute, but I'm not sure. It looks like it, let's see if I move it up. It looks like it'll get drowned out in that gray. And that's just too close for me. Oh, you know what? Let's move this up. Let's see what that looks like. If I move that there and this one here. Okay, I think I like that. Okay. So now I have space for 4 photos and 1 journal mat. I've got my title. I have 2 embellishments, and again, I'll add some pattern paper, probably as this gray later and glare in the back. All right, so now I know I want to take a photo because I'm going to add this to Design Space. So before I get ready to take my photo, I'm going to go right here in this upper right-hand corner between the 2 zeros, sort of under the undo button, and I'm going to click that button to give me a white background. It took the grid off. I am going to simply do Shift Command and 3 because of course I'm on a Mac. That gives me a screenshot. I need to minimize my page here, and I'm simply going to open that one back up, and I'm going to take my cursor and put it in that left-hand corner and drag it over the photo to where I want to crop it. Release, and then go to Tools and Crop. So now there's my photo for what my completed layout would look like. Okay. Excuse me, so that automatically saves. So now I'm going to open this back up. I'm going to, sorry, let's get rid of that for a second. My apologies. There we go. I'm going to, oh, everything wants to pop up now. My goodness. Okay. So now we're going to go to Save, and we're going to call this the Great Outdoors, featuring close to my heart. You are here. Anytime I use a close to my heart cartridge, I try to put that in the title. Oops, can't spell my own name today. try to put that in the title so that people can see that right away and know that that's the cartridge that I use. And I'm simply going to go to save. All right, so it says project saved. Now I'm going to go to my projects. I'm going to click on this circle here, add details. And I'm going to add that photo screenshot that I took earlier. Choose. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of a description here. So let's see. 2-page layout with spaces for 4 6x4 photos. Now, I know some people in their description will actually specify 6x4, 4x6, depending upon the orientation. I honestly typically don't, just because you can really move these journal mats pretty much anywhere you want on the page. Journal mats and photo mats. So I don't really make a big deal out of that. It's more so just the background pattern, what I put together, color combos, that kind of thing as well, to kind of help you out more so than what size the photos are. But I do put it here. And a journaling box. All right, I'm simply going to go to save, and that will simply save the project. And then you'll be able to view. I could share it there if I wanted to. So I could go to view profile, and you could see all the items that I've publicly shared with you. And you'll see, you know, here's the one that we just uploaded, and these are a couple of the others that I've done recently. And there's, you know, quite a few here. I try to share a pretty decent variety. Many of these are layouts that I use in my own scrapbook albums. Some of them are layouts that I'm going to use in the future for photos that I know I'm planning to take for certain events. It just depends on what it is. So hopefully that was helpful for you to see me do the process walkthrough video. And if you have any questions at all, please do feel free to message me or leave a comment below. Thanks so much and have an amazing day. Bye-bye.